force, no training package is going to change that. So when I say it's time to withdraw consent, I mean it. We are no longer going to give them. They are less than 200 years old as an experiment. The Met Police were founded less than 200 years ago, and they were founded on principles of integrity, equality, inclusion, impartiality. It's actually a bit like a comedy if you read the principles they were founded on, because that police force looks nothing like that. It is a members-only, misogynistic boys' club, and they have shown me nothing in the past 2 years that says they are likely to change. And the best thing I did after I left the police force was I went to university and I learned everything about them that I could. And there's a quote that really stuck with me, and it's by Eduardo Vanilla Silva. And he basically said that the police are agents of racial harm, and they uphold the racial hierarchy through force. So what you see them doing physically to our communities is what happens on a lower level throughout society, but they're just the violent actors who enact that hate and harm upon black bodies. And there's no more hate and harm than that is enacted upon black women's bodies. And you'll notice a lot of the stuff that happens to us, like, I talk about what happened to me in the police force, and it was all around, it's very similar to kind of, not as far as childcare, but all around me being on my periods and being humiliated. And it reminds me of when slavery was ended in America, and when they ended slavery, they brought out these things called penny postcards, and basically it was these images, and in the images, to uphold the racial hierarchy, they had to humiliate black people. And with black women, they would humiliate our bodies by revealing parts of our bodies, making us more masculine and appear like we had the gender roles were reversed. And all of those tropes remain to this day about us being angry, about our bodies. All of that harm remains to this day. So it's very significant to me that when they enact harm on black women, it's very much aimed at our bodies. It's this act of violence towards our bodies. And it's very easy to think that you're worthless when you see this kind of harm being enacted towards your body. And all I'll say to that is, listen, they can do, they can touch our bodies, but they can never come near our souls. Not one step. They can't touch our souls, and what is inside us can never be touched by the likes of them. My last point is this. I was in the History Museum today in London, and I was looking at how we're all, you're all descendants from the African continent. I hope everyone here knows that. Like, you came from the African continent, and all life comes from women. So basically, black women are your mothers. And yes, let's just say homage to us. And we are. There is something magical inside us. The ancestors are inside us. We have warriors' blood. We have royalty within our bloods, and we should have crowns upon our heads everywhere we walk, because we are goddesses and we are empresses. And I'm not ashamed to say that. But sometimes as black women, I can stand up for my sisters all day long, but I found it really hard when I was in the police to stand up for myself. So as women, and not just black women, every woman here, and we know who's included in that, every woman here is included in that, we are our sisters' keepers. We need to look after each other. We need to fight for each other. So I will leave you on this. I am my sister's keeper. I will not let her down. I am waiting in the background, ready to fix her crown. If any one of our crowns slip, you fix it. We are our sisters' keepers, and we must all straighten each other's crowns. We need to look out for each other, and we need to keep our eyes on them. Thank you.